because I want us to go over it. So guys, if we haven't like specifically checked answers, and I know I wasn't here, you couldn't really ask me about it. Turn this back into me because I want to make sure that I get it in my grade book. I don't think I put it in my grade book yet. Not this class. Mess up. Turn this back in after we check it. Or turn this back in after we check it. So 525, guys. The things I'm specifically looking for are like, did you actually make this probability tree? That leads us to being able to see 9 options out there. But while you're glancing over these answers, I'm going to pass back some papers because I've not been doing super great at getting papers back to us. So we should have 9 possible options there at the end because the tree leads us out to those 9 options. In 72, you can kind of take the things they tell you about. So 2 new shirts, 3 new shorts, 2 pairs of shoes. You can multiply all those together. And that's how we can get our 12 possibilities. Yeah. Huh? Ooh, I like it. I know I wasn't here yesterday to do math lunch, but guys, if you are behind on homework or if you're not doing the homework on your own, feel free to come to math lunch because we can just do your homework at math lunch. Right? You don't even have to be behind. I got a lot of people. I actually have math 8 people who I think that might be why they kind of won the homework contest. They just come and do their homework ahead of time.
That's what I was going to say. It's probably better to come in and do your work ahead of time if you want. You don't have to do it at home then.
Yeah. You know you're not taking homework home. Alright, questions. Who needs help on that? Because otherwise it should have been done yesterday, which means it should definitely be done today. If we're not done, we're behind and we need to do extra work. Like math lunch, or evenings, or oh my gosh, weekends. Weekends can be used to do homework. Yes! Marina is still not here. No questions on 525. Come on, guys. Hit me with whatever you don't understand. Not having it done doesn't count. Layla. So I'll go over it with the fact that you don't have a lot of the rest of it done. You should probably come to math lunch. So maybe you and Kate could come together. So in 72. Sorry, I've got to find the right binder here. Sorry that mine's purple. I pulled out one of my ones from a previous year. But kids actually started complaining about me making these in color. Because when they went to highlight, because guys, different years kids are really good at certain things and not so good. Highlighting on colored paper doesn't work as well, and it actually costs more. So it costs more for the district. So I kind of stopped doing this. For Shelby's birthday on Saturday, she received 2 new shirts, 3 pairs of shorts, and 2 pairs of shoes. If we wanted to make a diagram to show her outfit possibilities, I start by putting on my shorts. I don't know about you, but I start with my shorts selection. So I'd have tan, yellow, and green for shorts. And you could write down here that that first layer choice was for shorts. Then off of each of those layers, I put on my shirt next. Plaid or striped. Plaid or striped. Plaid or striped. And then there's sandals or tennis shoes. Sandals or tennis shoes. Sandals or tennis shoes. So this is where I do not really have enough space. But the easier way to actually do this is if I say, right up here, shirts, because I can go in order now. So even if you already did this problem, you might want to do it again with me. Make a line for shirts, a line for shorts, and a line for shoes. What we're going to look at today is a nice, easier way to figure this out so I don't have to draw a tree, is to multiply. So we can do 2 shirts times 3 pairs of shorts times 2 pairs of shoes and get that in the end, we could have 12 total options here. I can also get 12 if I count all my final layer. And this is why I asked you to get out this sheet as a reminder. This probability tree sheet, which, guys, the front of, if your eyes aren't on the board, you're going to be confused. The front of it was the percent number lines, the broken up percent lines. The back of this is your probability tree that's done for you. Out here, the note that we could make is that it's the final layer that tells us the total options, because it takes every choice to get there. So in class, we drew one of these on our own and we followed the paths of, if I wanted vanilla with toffee bits and plum, that is one option out of, here we had a ton, I think we had 24. So this would be 1 out of 24 in the ice cream situation. Whereas here for our clothes, like this outfit right here would be green shorts, plaid shirt, tan shoes. Right? So we have to put on the entire outfit. You can't just put on shorts. You won't be allowed in that ice cream shop. Does that help, Layla? Okay. So you could tree diagram it. You wouldn't have to. That's why they just have the answer of 12. But if that, like, you probably can't just think up 12 like that. You need some sort of work showing that either we could do 2 times 3 times 2 and get 12, or we can tree diagram it out. What we can't do is a probability table. That would not work here. Billions and trillions have a whole lot of zeros, so just watch out. If you're writing out the zeros, you could also just use words. Remember, it goes million, billion, trillion, like mono, bi, tri, MBT, mono, bi, tri. So million, billion, trillion. Million is like for mono, right? 1 million, then billion is kind of like 2, and then trillion is like 3. And then perimeter and area. Any help on those? Otherwise, we got a lot to do today, so I am ready to move on if you are. All right, turn it in if it's done. If it's not done, here's your formal invitation. You should come to math lunch because you're officially behind. If it wasn't done yesterday, you're behind. So if you can't turn this in right now, I should see you at math lunch today. All right, I'm not going to pick on people specifically, but if you can't turn this in right now, I should see you at math lunch in a few hours. All right, you're going to need the 526 homework, so please don't turn that in, even if you're done with 526. 526, you need out on your desk. The front of it has 2 blank circles. That's the part we're going to talk about. Well, we're going to talk about the whole thing, but... No, but we are going to make some tree diagrams, so if you want to keep it out, just to remind you how to make tree diagrams, you can. All right, we're going to kind of bounce around a little bit today. So, reminder, how we make a tree diagram, one of the choices, then the next choice, then the next choice. Order doesn't really matter. but a vocab word that we need to write down on our graph paper first. So if you don't have graph paper out, get out graph paper.
What's the thing called?
Today, we're still in 526 actually. It's a big lesson. And what we're talking about is compound events. Anyone want to make a guess? Oh, my bin was on my chair. Sorry, it was out of place. Anyone want to make a guess what compound events? Mr. Lyfell lifted my stool up. He must have been bored. Compound. John? Sorry, I couldn't hear the end of what you said. It's not what? Maybe, yeah. I think once we get into the nitty-gritty of like doing the math, I think what you said is right. But compound events is really just a fancy way to say multiple. And what we mean is like different things. So not just flip a coin twice, but like flip a coin, roll a die. Or spin one spinner, then spin a different spinner. Right? Who's ever played a board game that you like roll dice and then you land on a spot and you get to pick a card? Like Monopoly, right? Although I always end up in jail. I don't know what I did. I always end up in jail. But compound events are multiple things happening. In compound events, though, we find this interesting word. Guys, this is what you need to write down. And yes, it's a little big. I'm sorry. Mutually exclusive. Now, this seems like an oxymoron. Not very often you can say moron and not get in trouble, right? This seems like an oxymoron. Can anyone talk about why mutually exclusive feels like an oxymoron? Like, think about what does mutual mean? What does exclusive mean? Uh-oh, we might have to get out cards. Remember, you can always pass, but I like it if you take a guess at things. If you have a guess, right? Vincent, do you want to take a guess at what mutual means?
I can take a guess at what exclusive.
Sure, what's exclusive?
Like one time only sort of thing.
Ooh, that is one meaning of the word exclusive. Yeah, Layla?
So we feel like mutually similar because whenever I look at someone from mutual friends on this.
Yeah, mutual, you're right, but it means together, right? So mutual friends, if, like, you guys probably aren't on Facebook much, but like, so if Miss Martin and I are on Facebook, we probably have mutual friends of the other Phoenix teachers. So together, we share that, that friend, right? It's kind of like a Venn diagram. So mutually exclusive actually means, now this is the funny thing, cannot happen together. And that's because the exclusive part. Sorry, I think my pen got smaller. And I'm too crowded up here. I'm going to start clearing stuff out of my classroom. I think we're too busy. So I'm trying to get some of the pictures up on the wall so they're not sitting around. So, who saw my red pants that I wore at Christmas time? Or at, like, right before the holidays? I can't believe we don't remember it. I have bright red pants. They're super comfy, though, because they're stretchy. They're from Express. Now I'm jealous of how, like, most girls' pants are stretchy. I'm getting on that train. Can I wear my red dress pants at the same time that I wear my blue jeans? No, because you don't... Okay. Your 7th grade brain is in overdrive. I should have been aware of that. Okay, you're right. I could wear 2 pairs of pants at once. But I'm not going to because I'm only so much of a weirdo. So, wearing 2 different pairs of pants at the same time are events that are mutually exclusive, right? It could not happen at the same time. Can I be in Ohio at the same time that I'm in Texas? No. Like, those are mutually exclusive. Yeah, and that's, that's realistic to talk about. So, let's help. Who is this? Rona. Ooh, Rona. Sorry. This was named a long time before COVID ever hit. So, Rona has to reach into her closet and get dressed in the dark. Well, at least somebody turned the lights off on Rona. So she's going to find one shirt and one pair of pants, right? Because we're normal, we're going to wear one shirt and one pair of pants, I say, as I'm wearing two shirts at the same time. Make a probability tree. Make a probability tree to organize the different possibilities for Rona. I don't care if you put on your pants first or your shirt first, but you got to end up with a pair of pants and a shirt on. Make a probability tree. Her pants are black, brown, and plaid. Ooh, love some plaid. And her shirts are only white and polka dot. I know some people that wear like the same shirt every day. They have 5 of them. So maybe Rona just has the same amount of white and polka dot shirts. She's reaching in the dark. Now when I get dressed, I can't really scroll because the important stuff is up here. I'll scooch it sideways. There, I can grab it. When I get dressed, I put on my pants first. I don't know about you guys, it doesn't really matter. There's this old saying about putting on your pants one leg at a time, and then kids try to jump through their pants with both legs. So, if I'm starting with pants, how should my tree diagram start? Franco, can you talk me through how to make this tree diagram? Yeah, so I start with splits, right? So this splits is me making the choice or me reaching into the closet. So I've got black, brown, and plaid pants. Any questions on setting up the first choice of your tree diagram? Then, Jesus, what do I do from there? Sorry, what's that, man? What's the next choice I gotta make? I got my pants. My shirt. How many shirt choices do I have? Ooh, 2, right? Because I got white or polka dot. So, my white or polka dot is my next choice off each of these. White or polka dot. White or polka dot. White or polka dot. And you could have gone sideways. I only went vertical because the space I had on my screen. You could have gone sideways with this. Mia, how many total outfits do I have here? 6. Guys, please pause and make sure what Mia just said makes sense. We have 6 outfits here. Not 9. We do not count what I wrote in blue up here because I need pants and shirt. Just pants does not count as an outfit. So when we talk about how many outfits we have 6 total outfit choices. Does that make sense, or does anyone have questions? I need an S. Sorry, 6 outfits. So then, careful, what is my chance that I will not wear black pants? Chat with your team for a minute. What's my chance I will not wear black pants? Man, we're in kind of a small classroom to be able to talk with teams and keep it secret. Guys, if I ever have to be out again, I might see if I can get Mr. Liefeld again, but make him teach next time, because he's actually a friend of mine. Layla Graff, can you tell me what to do? Hey, Layla's going to walk us through this. That or she might pass, who knows? Yeah. People started shouting it across the room. So Miss Martin's still up and then back there. It's totally fine. But Layla said, take out the black. I love how you thought about that. If I get rid of, well, so I wouldn't just cross that out. I need to cross out this outfit and this outfit. Right? So how many outfits don't have black? 4. Are there any questions on that these 4 outfits do not include the black pants? So on the flip side, my chance... wait, now hold on. All right, give me all your eyes up here. Both of them. All 3 of them if you got a secret... What? You guys got hair. I don't know what's under there. Check this out. I heard a couple of you say 2/3. When we look at these outfits, what we're really looking at is everything down this path and everything down this path. So really, I can look at this layer and just say, well, the shirt choice doesn't matter as long as I put a shirt on. The shirt choice doesn't matter. How many pairs of pants are not black? 2 out of 3. So you could either say 4 out of 6, or you could actually just look at the pants and say 2 out of 3, knowing that you still got to pick a shirt, but we don't care what shirt you wear. Right? I think most of us, especially through being at home for so long with the pandemic, now we're just like, whatever, I'm going to put clothes on. Guys, I have a closet full of ties, like bow ties and long ties and like...
You should wear like 3 at a time.
3 at a time. Maybe I'll start doing like Tie Tuesday or something. I used to wear a tie every single Tuesday. Alright, so I want you to make a probability table. Ooh, I like tables better. I hope you do too. For part B right here. Because this is going to relate to what we're going to do here in a couple minutes. For part B, we spin one of the spinners and then we spin the other. My advice is put the 4 one across the top because your table's normally wider. So what I mean by that is you put the 2, 3, and 4 on the left side and the 3, 4, 5, 6 across the top. Because my table is normally wider. That's why I normally put the larger amount of options on the top. Alright, when we're doing these together in class, they don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be perfect. We just need to get it down to be able to use the math. And then we're going to add them up. So we don't actually have to draw the spinners. What we really need to draw is the table. So let's practice drawing the table for the results of the spinner. So you don't even need to erase. You never really need to worry about erasing with your notes. What we really want to focus on is drawing that rectangular table. You need a new piece of graph paper. I have another piece of graph paper. Would you like me to deliver you one?
No, I'm good.
Some of you like making your tables square. Some of you like making them rectangles. That's totally fine either way. Now remember, the one spinner only has 2, 3, and 4. So you did the same spin twice. One of these, we actually need to cross out one of the rows because it won't get used. We need to adjust that. So guys, the left side of our spinner, let's call this one the green spinner. That only has 2, 3, and 4. Right, so on the left side, or depending on how you do it, it could be one of the other ones. But 2, 3, and 4 are the only options from the one spinner. And they're equal, right? They're equal chances. 3, 4, 5, 6 are my chances from the other spinner. And guys, we don't actually necessarily have to fill in the table to know how many options there are. How many total options are inside the table, Layla? 12. So there are 12 results here, right? But just like when we rolled dice, some of these results could be the same. Right? So let's look at what the question actually asks us to answer. What's the probability that we will exactly one spinner lands on 4? Ooh. Exactly one of the spinners lands on 4. I want you to go through your table and like highlight or check mark or something. Which of those boxes has exactly one spinner landing on 4? And then discuss with your team, what's that probability? How would we write that? So which of these boxes has 4 exact ones? Well, you can figure that out. That's fine. Talk with your team or look at the board. So we can follow our results in 4. All of these boxes hit 4 on this one. All of these boxes hit 4 on the other side. This box doesn't work because it's both 4s. So these boxes work and these boxes work like I have checked up there. All right, glance up here. Who is confused about this box not being a positive outcome? Like, it's not a good thing. It's not what we want. That's both 4s. And we want 4 exactly once. So, here we would get exactly 1 4. Here's exactly 1 4. There's exactly 1 4. Same story, same story. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our probability of 1 4. And guys, this is when it's nice to write like numbers with letters versus numbers as numbers. We're going to say the probability of getting 1 4 would be what then? What's our fraction? Yeah, 5 over 12. Because there were 12 boxes in our results, and we saw that 5 of them are the thing that we wanted. Questions? So now, we're going to the fish store. Who has ever had a tetra, or a guppy, or some like little fishes? Or what's the kind that lots of people get? A betta fish. Anyone ever get a betta fish? You can't have 2 because they fight each other, I guess. So, we're going to go to the pet store, and they have 2 different types of fish, tetras and guppies, right? Each of those fish come in 4 colors, yellow, orange, blue, and silver. I want you guys to set up a table, just like what we just did, but I'm not going to help you set it up. If all of the fish are like equally spread out, like there's equal numbers of each kind of fish, set up a table to show all of the options of fish that exist, and what is your chance of getting a silver tetra. So your table should have the types of fish on one of the sides, right? I'm going to guess the left. And then the colors of your fish on the other side. Set this up. Talk with your team if you need help. I'm going to get you a sip of coffee. We can come around and help you guys. there are equal numbers of each. And then go ahead and fill in the boxes inside of it with like, YT for like yellow tetra or like ST for silver tetra. Can you see back here? Yeah, just making sure you guys are far away. This table is probably going to be a pretty wide rectangle. Probably something that sets up like this. We do colors across the top and fish type across the left. Now, if they're equal, do we really want to make one of them way bigger than the other? I mean, it's okay that that's what happened here, but is that how it should look? If we're trying to make this look how it should, which I just kind of picked on John about, if everything's equally split up, they should have equal sizes, right? These boxes should be pretty much equal in size. So, Amanda, if I look at silver tetra, what's the chance of getting a silver tetra? So how many of these boxes in here was a silver tetra? Because I know you have the table down. I looked at it. Yeah, and I know we're talking through masks and it's a little tough, but Amanda's table looked just like this. So I walk around and I know, I look at whose cards are coming and I try to make sure people are ready. Amanda put colors across the top, fish across the left side, and you don't have to have these 1/8 probabilities here, but if there are 8 boxes in here, and silver tetra is one of them, it's 1 out of 8. Any questions? Now that's because this is fair. Let's play a game that's not fair. If I have a bag, and I say, you don't know what's in it, but there are 3, well, actually, never mind. You are going to know what's in it. There are 3 blocks inside of it. 2 of them are blue. 1 of them is yellow. Ew, Michigan. So, what is your chance of pulling out? I kind of want to ask the same question as them. I sort of want to make up my own question. But how about I tell you that you won't have to do your homework if you pull out yellow twice in a row? What's your chance of pulling out yellow twice in a row? Please don't shout it out to the class. We want to take some time to draw it. So if we draw this out as a table, let's everyone draw this. I'm going to make a new page and draw it with you guys. So I'm actually going to make my table a square here on this one. I'm going to split it up into thirds. Right? So we said there are 3 blocks. Yeah, if you need more graph paper, please get more graph paper. Thank you, Kylie. And it should be pretty evenly split up. But I've got blue, blue, then yellow. And sorry guys, yellow doesn't really show up on my screen, so I'm going to make my yellow drawn with green. Sorry, I'll mess with your brain there. If there are 2 blues and 1 yellow, remember that when we draw a table like this is for like pick 1 and then pick 2. right? So we're going to do this twice. I'm going to challenge you that if you can pull yellow out twice in a row, you won't have to do your homework. What is your chance of that happening? I am lying. I am not betting your homework because your homework is practice, so you know what you're doing. I will do your homework for you if you come to math lunch.
This is the most unfair game.
What do you mean unfair?
It is.
I told you what's in the bag.
You have a 1/9 chance of getting it.
So John's going ahead and telling us, and we can pretty much see it if we look up here. The yellow square is only this one. Right? The only yellow square is this one. Which John shouted out to the class. I had asked not to do that, but that's okay. That it's one of the 9. Now, Edwin, thinking that he's smarter than everyone, you guys know one of those people like Edwin, who uses the E word, right? They're like, oh, I can do this easier, Edwin says. Edwin says, you only really have to write blue once and yellow once. You can just change your size. So give me your eyes up here. Here's what Edwin does. You don't have to do this, but I would like you to watch me, please. Edwin still draws the same square. But he goes, you know what? Your only results are blue and yellow. So he sets up blue. And he sets up yellow. I know you can't see yellow if I write in yellow. So I know I'm messing with your brain, but I got to use green for yellow. And then, and you're thinking Edwin's wrong because there's 2 blue blocks and 1 yellow block, and you're like, Edwin, you're goofed. But then Edwin goes, nah, it all comes down to this. And then he says, you know what? This has a 2/3 chance, and this has a 1/3 chance. This has a 2/3 chance, and this has a 1/3 chance. And Edwin tells you all of these results are the same. That's why he wanted to make it just one big spot. So they're all the same. Blue and blue. Now over here would have been yellow, blue. Right? So I would have gotten yellow first and blue second. What would down here be? Blue, then yellow, right? So blue, then yellow. And down here is still yellow. And you're like, yeah, but dude, I don't know how to, like, this looks like it's out of 4. Right? Doesn't this kind of look like it's out of 4? And Edwin says, oh, you got to think back a chapter or 2. All you have to do, now remember, Edwin's talking to you like this is easy, which we know it's not, but he's done this before. Edwin says, just take 2/3 and multiply it by 2/3. What's 2/3 times 2/3? Careful. Top to top, bottom to bottom. 4/9. What is 1/3 times 2/3? 2/9. What is 1/3 times 2/3? Oh, again, 2/9. And what is 1/3 times 1/3? 1/9. Be careful. This is another way you can make a probability table, which is why I just bothered John when his table wasn't equally spaced out. If you make your table not equal, what it's saying is something has a better chance. Guys, think of a dartboard. How easy is it to get the bullseye on a dartboard? Really hard because it's small. When our brain sees sizes, it relates, oh, the bigger thing is easier than the smaller thing. So this table that we just drew, it's the same thing as Edwin's table. He just said, you know, I can really just split this up. This whole section versus this section versus over here. It did not change color, and that's not going to help now. Versus over here, over here. All right, so now I got a game to play with you guys. I have 2 spinners. We are going to spin each of the spinners and add up the results. Okay, I'm going to make a bet with you. Okay, fine, I won't. All right. So if the sum is even, one team gets a point. If the sum is odd, the other team gets a point. I don't care which you pick. You can pick even or you can pick odd. Okay? Tomorrow, we'll play this and we'll maybe I'll gamble some Jolly Ranchers or something since you guys think I'm not going to. But talk with your team. Oh, hey, look, some information. Spinner A has 2, 3, 4 on it. Spinner B has 6, 7, 8. Can you guys quickly choose whether you would want even or odd and make a reason why? Chat with your team real quick. You got like a minute. You might want to make a table. Hint, hint, cough, cough. Nudge, nudge. Crap. And Eve, did you guys decide even or odd? Even. Aiden, did you guys decide even or odd? Even. Same group. Layla, Davis, did you guys decide? Odd. Okay, that's fine. We don't all have to do the same thing. Carmen, what about your group? Even. Kylie, what about you guys? Even. And Eli, what about you guys? All right, so we got a lot of evens. Some people picked odds. Hold up. Here we go. We got 3 and a 6. You guys might want to like write this stuff down. So we got a 3 and a 6. What'd we get?
No, we choose odd.
We got odd, right?
We choose odd.
Hey, we already did our choosing. Thank you. We're moving on now.
But
Hey, you'll get another chance to choose tomorrow. For today, I just wanted your gut reactions. 3 and 6. We got a 9. Let's do it. Spin a spin. 4 and 7. We got 11. We got another odd. Spin, spin. 2 and 8. All right, we got 10. We got an even. Spin and spin. 3 and 7. Ooh, we got a 10. Okay, we got an even. Spin, spin. 3 and 7. Another 10. Okay. Spin, spin. 3 and 8. 11. We're like all tied up right now, aren't we? 2 and 6. That's an even. 6 and 4. 10. So that's an even. 2 and 7. 9. That's an odd. Okay, we're gonna have to pick this up tomorrow because we're out of time. So guys, if you didn't turn in 525, I should see you at math lunch today. It's gonna start to be a thing where I tell your advisor and they help support me in getting you here. I don't want to do that. I want it to be your choice. Have a wonderful day. We'll look at those masteries again on Friday, by the way. I'm surprised nobody asked about it. But oh, hold up. Hold on. No one go anywhere.